Hi everyone. Today I will be presenting my stress management system, and here it is. So first, I enjoyed the following principles, the concepts, experiences from this stress management class. Stress is caused by an event or problem that impacts the reaction of how we function around things. Stress management is about learning how to cope with what's going on around you in a positive way to make improvements. Stress is something that would take over the way I felt, and now I feel like I'm more in control of my feelings. So here's my stress monitoring log based on 3 weeks monitoring log. Stress is causing life experiences that I personally encountered. During my history class, I began to stress over my grade because I had received a low grade on an essay and I thought I could do better. So when my grade went down, I started feeling really different. I was upset. I didn't know how to cope with things instead of just finding ways on how to fix my problem. Trying to drive again does stress me out because I had a car accident and I've been trying to drive again, but people don't follow road signs and are just driving so reckless that it just made me feel very anxious and caused me a lot of stress because I do want to start driving again. So during quarantine, I stopped going to the gym. So recently I started trying to work out again, but then I started really getting stressed because I wasn't where I used to be. And I just thought I had lost all the progress that I had made in the past. I felt very out of shape and it was really bothering me. So the reactions to the stressors psychologically. I was dealing with anxiety, lack of sleeps, problem with concentration. I felt overwhelmed and I constantly worried about everything and anything, even if it wasn't a big deal. I was just not in a mood for it. Some psychological reactions were I used to have an upset stomach. I would feel very nauseous. My heart would be racing. I actually got to 160. My heart rate was 160. I kept going blank when I just couldn't focus. Elevated heart rate, very jittery, and lots of headaches. Behavioral stressor reactions. When I used to hear something that I was just not in the mood for, I would have a rude tone. Procrastination was a big thing. I would complain about everything because I just didn't want to hear it. Not wanting to get out of bed was also a big problem. I had no energy, changes in appetite, and fidgeting a lot. How I normally cope. I tell myself to keep going no matter how I felt. I would have an attitude, trying to make too many excuses, getting things fast without thinking about what I actually need to do, and very impatient. Stress managing ways to cope with life experiences that can be stressful. So the way that I was able to manage was by following these steps, and it was first take a moment to put myself together, to calm down and not be stressing about everything else that was going on. Find the positive side of things. Sometimes when we're stressed, we always see all the negatives and never anything positive. And I needed to start realizing that there's positive things too. Step 2, breathing techniques are important. I started doing box breathing to try and calm myself down. I would have a picture of it on my phone, and every time I'd be stressed, I'd look at it and just follow it. Taking deep breath is very important to not, feel so agitated with things. Step 3, support is important for me, and praying is something I do. I rely on praying for everything, so it is something that helps me personally. Step 4, find something to keep me busy. Finding something to keep me busy is important because I'm someone who's always constantly thinking. So if I'm doing something, it helps me not think about really what's going on and then take that time for myself, which is step 5. Focus on myself and write down how I feel. Focusing on myself is something I really tried working on because it's not always easy for me. So I think that's something I started doing, and now I focus on myself and write down how I feel. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.